Hello everyone, welcome back to Shikara Academy. So, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss the peninsular drainage. In the last lecture, we have discussed the Himalayan drainage, we have discussed Indus River, Ganga River, and Brahmaputra River, right? Today, we will discuss the peninsular river system. So, most of the rivers in the peninsula are flowing towards east. They are east flowing. Most of the rivers flow towards east. Very few rivers or very small rivers flow towards west. So, where are these rivers getting originated from? We have Western Ghats over here. So, most of the rivers have their origin in Western Ghats. Some of the rivers flow through Odisha, Chhattisgarh region. Few of the rivers come from Amarkantak Plateau region, but mostly rivers come from Western Ghats and Central Highlands. Here we have Central Highlands, right? So from Central Highlands and Western Ghats we have rivers. And one of the characteristic of peninsular rivers is they are seasonal. Because if we talk about Himalayan river system, the source of water for Himalayan rivers is melting glaciers. So glaciers are present throughout the year, which are melting throughout the year. So water is available to those rivers throughout the year. Those rivers are called perennial rivers. Whereas the peninsular rivers, their source of water is they are rain fed. So the flow is more during the monsoons. In dry seasons, the rivers usually dry up. And also, comparatively with the Himalayan river system, peninsular rivers have shorter courses. And because the peninsular plateau is a old landform, the rivers over here are also in the mature stage. Whereas the Himalayan rivers are in the young stage. Then most of the rivers are flowing towards east and meeting Bay of Bengal, leaving their water or discharging their waters in Bay of Bengal. Few rivers flow into the Arabian Sea. So if you look over here, we have rivers like Subarnarekha, we have river like Brahmani, we have Mahanadi, we have Godavari. So this rivers like Subarnarekha, Brahmani, Mahanadi, they are originating from Central Highlands. Whereas rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, they are originating in the Western Ghats. We also have rivers like Parar, Pennar, etc. So all these are the east flowing rivers. They are all east flowing rivers. We also have some west flowing rivers like Narmada, which is coming from Amarkantak Plateau, flowing between Vindhyas and Satpuras. We have rivers like Mahi. If you look into the Mahi, first it is traveling northward, then again it is taking a U-turn and it is coming southward and leaving or discharging its water in Gulf of Kathiawar region. We also have rivers like Sabarmati, we have river Tapi, and few small rivers we have in the Western Ghat regions, which I will give you the names. So these are the very small rivers. So we have few west flowing rivers, right? So let us look at one by one. We have river Godavari, which is the largest peninsular river. It is also called Dakshin Ganga or Vridh Ganga. Dakshin Ganga or Vridh Ganga. Dakshin means south, southern. So southern Ganga. So where is the origin of Godavari river? It is near Trambakeshwar, near Nasik in Maharashtra. So the origin of Godavari is near Trimbakeshwar. Trimbakeshwar near Nasik. It flows through Telangana, Andhra Pradesh before draining into Bay of Bengal. So it is coming from this Godavari river flows through Maharashtra. It also has its drainage in also Karnataka, in Telangana, in AP. So it flows through 4 different states and meets in Bay of Bengal. We have Mahanadi, which is beginning in Chhattisgarh, flowing through Odisha. It also forms a delta. So this is your Mahanadi coming from flowing through. This is Chhattisgarh. This is Odisha. So from Chhattisgarh and Odisha, it is flowing. We have Krishna River, which is also originating in Western Ghats from the region called Mahabaleshwar. So Godavari is originating in Trambakeshwar, whereas Krishna is originating in Mahabaleshwar. Both of them originating in Maharashtra region. Krishna flows through Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, it flows through Telangana, it borders Telangana and AP. What are the major tributaries of Krishna in Godavari? Godavari has tributaries like Pranahita, Indravati, Manjira, etc. Whereas Krishna has tributaries like Tungabhadra, Bhima, Koina. So these are the tributaries of Godavari, these are the tributaries of Krishna. We also have Kaveri river, which is originating at Tal Kaveri on Brahmagiri hills. So if you get a question on matches, Godavari is coming from Trambakeshwar, whereas Krishna is coming from Mahabaleshwar. Godavari, Trambakeshwar, Krishna, Mahabaleshwar, and Kaveri is coming from Brahmagiri hills. So all these three are originating in Western Ghats. So it is flowing through Karnataka, Tamil Nadu before draining into Bay of Bengal. Kaveri river is also a perennial river. Perennial river means which flows throughout the year. So you might ask, sir, how is a peninsular river perennial? The answer is the northern part of Kaveri river gets waters during southwest monsoon season. Whereas during the retreating northeast monsoon, Tamil Nadu receives rainfall during winters. So during northeast monsoon also, Kaveri river gets water. Because of this, it is flowing throughout the year. Hence it is called perennial river or only perennial river of peninsular plateau. Because the river basin receives rainfall from southwest and northeast monsoon. It is a vital source of water for agriculture, etc. for Tamil Nadu and Karnataka regions. We have some west flowing rivers, like one of the main west flowing river is Narmada, which is originating in Amarkantak Plateau in eastern Madhya Pradesh. So it is flowing between in the Rift Valley, which is between Vindhyas and Satpura mountain ranges. We have Vindhyas and Satpuras. In between this, we have Narmada river, which is flowing. So it is the largest west flowing river of the peninsular India. Largest river of peninsular India is Godavari, but largest west flowing river of peninsular India is Narmada. So it is a major water source and power source. There are projects, hydropower projects like Sardar Sarovar Dam, which is in Gujarat. So it is also considered as one of the 7 holy rivers of India. Then we also have Tapi, which is also starting in Madhya Pradesh, flowing through a rift valley between flowing through a rift valley which is parallel to, if this is Vindhyas and this is Satpuras, we have Narmada river flowing like this. So Tapi is flowing here between Satpuras, and we have some extensions of Western Ghats. Here we have Western Ghats. So there are some extensions of Western Ghats. It is flowing between those extensions of Western Ghats and Satpuras. So I have shown you, right, Tapi. So this is Tapi river. Here we have Narmada river between Vindhyas and Satpuras. Here we have Western Ghats. Right? Is it clear? Then we have Sabarmati river, which is a small river in Rajasthan and Gujarat, that is also flowing towards west. Then we have Mahi river, which I have told you it travels northward and then turns towards south. So we have our Tropic of Cancer over here. Tropic of Cancer is present over here. So this Mahi river is cutting Tropic of Cancer twice. So which of the river is cuts Tropic of Cancer twice? It is Mahi river. And one of the main features of the west flowing rivers is they do not form deltas. If we talk about the east flowing rivers, because of the length of the travel and because of the course, because of the slope of this region, here the rivers tend to form deltas. We have Krishna delta, Godavari delta, Mahanadi is making a delta. But west flowing rivers, because of the topography, they do not form deltas because of the speed and slope, etc. They form estuaries. Estuary is a region. Imagine if this is the landmass. So this is ocean. This is ocean. This side. So there is a river flowing. So the river mouth is meeting directly to the ocean. So this region is called estuary. We have few more smaller west flowing rivers such as Periyar, which is in Kerala. We have Mandovi of Goa, which is also called lifeline of the Goa state. Then we have Sharavati, which is originating in Karnataka, and we have Jog Falls in on the Sharavati river. We have Bharat Puja river, which is also in Kerala. We have Netravati, which is in Karnataka. We have some inland drainage. Inland drainage means the river is not going and meeting any ocean. So it is not missing a ocean. Either it is going and leaving its waters into a small lake, or it is leaving its water on the land itself. The water is getting spread on the land. So drainage system where river does not reach an ocean, ends up in lake or inland sea. So we find such inland drainage in the desert region of Rajasthan. We have two such examples, Luni river and Ghagar river. Luni river starts in Aravalis and drains into the Run of Kutch region. So we have Luni river over here, which is here we have Aravalis, right? So Luni river starts and it drains in the Run of Kutch region of Gujarat. Hence we have marshes over that region. We have Ghagar river, which is also draining, seasonal river in the Rajasthan. The difference between Himalayan and peninsular rivers, you know, Himalayas origin is glaciers, whereas peninsular rivers origin is rainfall. So Himalayan rivers are perennial, flowing throughout the year, whereas peninsular rivers are seasonal. Himalayan rivers are young, whereas peninsular rivers are mature. Himalayan rivers have large basin sizes, drainage basins compared to peninsular rivers. And because of the soil which is present in the drainage basin of Himalayan rivers, we have plain regions, Ganga plains, Brahmaputra plains. Because of the alluvial soil and type of rock which is present beneath, the rivers meander over there because of high erosion. Because the river can erode that area. and Peninsular Plateau has a hard rock, because of which there is less erosion, hence rivers flow in a relatively straight courses. And Himalayan rivers bring a high load sediment because of the high water content. And peninsular rivers have low erosional power, hence they bring sediments, lower sediments. Then what is water stress in India? We have high demand for water, but availability of water is less. Hence, the demand is exceeding the supply. The demand is exceeding the supply, because of which there is conflicts over water use. There are many river disputes also. So India is having 18% of world's population, but only 4% of freshwater resources. So approximately 600 million people are facing high extreme water stress. India is ranked 120th of 122 countries in the water quality index. What are the different causes of water stress? One is over extraction of groundwater. We are extracting groundwater. 65% of irrigation for agriculture and 85% drinking water is dependent upon groundwater. And water management is inefficient. So we are depending over dependence on flood irrigation. Like if you want to grow crops like paddy, rice or paddy, sugarcane, so we flood the fields with water. We are not using micro irrigation techniques, because of which it requires so much of water. Water intensive crops like rice and sugarcane, because of which we are not using water efficiently. And whatever water, fresh water is present, we are polluting that water through industrial waste, untreated sewage, agriculture runoff. So all these are contaminating our water bodies. We have less water, and that less water also we are polluting. And because of climate change, erratic rainfalls, droughts, floods, these are also altering the water availability. We are also having rapid urbanization, because of which urban areas are growing at a higher speed, and water demand is been increasing. Governments have bought different schemes like Jal Jeevan Mission, Atal Bhujal Yojana, etc. to conserve water. Then let us look into the river interlinking projects. What is river interlinking? Imagine one river is having more water and one river is having lesser water. So if we can link these both rivers, the surplus water of this river, if we are able to transfer to this river, the people over here can benefit. So that type of linking the rivers is called river interlinking. So we want to transfer the water from water surplus basin to water deficit basins. So we have two components of this project, Himalayan component, Peninsular component. In Himalaya, we want to focus on interlinking Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. Whereas in Peninsula, we want to interlink rivers and tributaries of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. So what happens if we can interlink? We can control the flood, we can mitigate droughts, we can increase irrigation, and we can utilize it for hydropower and also for navigation. But what are the issues? One is to build such interlinking, it is very costly projects, and there is also ecological impact. If there are two rivers and we want to link both these rivers, the whole forest area which is present in between will be gone, will be destroyed, and also corridors for animals will also get destroyed. People living over there will also be displaced. There can be national and international disputes between states or between Indian states and other countries. Like we have Tista River issue with Bangladesh. So there is a issue of feasibility, and we also don't know if the surplus is actually present. So after interlinking, after spending so much money, if there is no surplus water, then it will be a waste. So one project is going on, which is Ken Betwa river linking project, which is also delayed very much because of all these issues which we have discussed. So it is Ken and Betwa are tributaries of Yamuna river, which we have studied, if you remember. So if this If this is Yamuna river, we have Ken river and Betwa and Ken rivers. So we want to interlink both of them so that the project can provide water for irrigation and drinking purposes to drought prone regions like Bundelkhand region. But this, the issue with this project is the proposed projects, Dhuandhan Dam. We want to build a Dhuandhan Dam which will submerge Panna Tiger Reserve, which is in Madhya Pradesh, which is a very important tiger reserve where we have habitat of tigers, vultures, and other endangered species. It will also displace over 10,000 people from different villages. So those are interlinking. We have also have some important lakes in India. We have freshwater lakes such as Vular Lake in J&K, Dal Lake in J&K, Loktak Lake in Manipur, which is also very important for Kaibul Lamjau National Park, which is having a national park where we find dancing deer. This is called a floating national park, where we have characteristics like fumdis. So you study about this in environment. We have Bhimtal Lake in Uttarakhand. We have some saltwater lakes like Chilka Lake in Odisha, Sambar Lake in Rajasthan, Pulikat Lake in Andhra Pradesh. We also have some artificial lakes like Guru Gobind Sagar in Himachal Pradesh, Hirakud Lake in Odisha. So we have discussed drainage of India and water resources of India, river interlinking projects, etc. So we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you all.